because that was me. And there was one thing that I think helped me the most in becoming an engineer in a Fortune 100 company, and I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So quick backstory, 7 years ago I was 16 years old, and it was the summer before my junior year of high school, and I started my first job as a Sonic car hop. This might be where you're at. This summer was also the first summer I started taking college classes at a local community college because I had joined a dual enrollment program, and I was taking college classes so I can graduate with an Associate of Science and Engineering degree. And I actually got that about a couple of weeks before I graduated high school, so that was pretty cool. So I guess this was the first time that I was going to be an engineer, but I still had a lot of work to do because this was an associate's degree. It's a 2-year degree. Usually you need like a 4-year degree, and it was at a community college that wasn't really well known. So I still had a lot of work to do, and I'll talk about, what I think was the biggest reason I was able to be an engineer in a Fortune 100 company. By the way, take a shot every time I say Fortune 100 company. Actually, no, you're probably underage. If you're underage, don't take a shot. Now, unlike what movies or social media say about future engineers, I never took things apart and put them back together as a kid. I played a lot on the computer. I'm going to date myself here, but I played a lot of Dragon Fable, I think it was called. I don't even know if it exists anymore. I played Clash of Clans. I just got back into that, and I just played a lot of games and watched a lot of TV. I didn't take anything apart. Anyway, I didn't have the knack. And the reasons I got into engineering were because my dad was an electrical engineer. I was good at math, and I thought it seemed like something that would be cool to go into. And I also knew it paid well. So I was a pretty good student, and that kind of makes the story a little bit boring, but it is what it is. I think I was ranked like 11 in my high school, but I went to a local university, and it wasn't really well known either. And when I graduated from my university, I did have a pretty good GPA. It was like 3.85 when I was applying to companies, and I think that's pretty good for engineering. But there was other things to it. That is not the one thing that I think helped me the most. I actually knew I was going to be an engineer in a big company within a few months of starting my job at Sonic. And I knew this because, well, my uncle was the CEO of the company, and so, no, I'm kidding. I had no idea how I was going to do it. I didn't even really have a reason to believe that I was going to, but I believed it anyway. I didn't have any connections to anyone in a big Fortune 100 company. I didn't have a lot of experience. I didn't have any experience. I didn't have the knack. I didn't have a resume, didn't even know what that was. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't really have a reason to believe at 16 years old that I was going to be an engineer at a big company, but I believed it anyway. In my mind, I was already that engineer, and it was something that I expected was going to happen. And this was something I kind of kept to myself. I think sometimes I would tell coworkers, oh, I'm going to be an engineer one day, but I always reminded myself of it when I had to do things that were tough at work. And you're going to really relate to these, but things like when you would take out the trash and it'd be like 100 degrees outside, or when you clean the bathrooms, or when you're getting slammed with orders and you're short-staffed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I would just remind myself of who I was going to be, especially during these times. So the takeaway is you have to believe in yourself even if you don't have a reason to, and then you have to work on giving yourself that reason to believe in yourself. And that comes through doing things that you tell yourself you're going to do, and doing things that you don't necessarily want to do, but that you know you have to do. I've kind of learned that in order to do things that you really want to do, you have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do. And while you may not be a Sonic car hop forever, there are some lessons I learned working as a Sonic car hop that I think will help you now and for many years after you leave Sonic. You'll want to watch this video here so you can learn those lessons and you can make the most out of your time at Sonic. Thank you, and have a super Sonic day.